Hello KU class. Today I'm going to be talking about private equity and kind of the pros and the cons to somebody who wouldn't really know how private equity works in sports. So starting here, for what private equity is, if you don't know what it is, it's kind of these large groups of people with their own personal funds become part-time or big investors into these kind of private sports teams. So you'll have investment groups, large investment groups, kind of go in and buy a large stake of a sports team using their own money versus traditionally sometimes it'd be more government backed or things like that. According to Lisa Beltran with Yahoo Finance, in her article quoted that 62 of North America's large sport teams are actually connected to personal equity or private equity. And so it is a really big thing that's starting to take control of a lot of different parts of especially professional sports. And now it's also starting to move into college sports. Some kind of good things that come into it. It gives these sports teams another way to access more funds, especially as you're looking into those college. A lot of them sometimes, especially for the smaller sports, aren't making a lot of money. They don't really want to, they have like limited funds that they're getting from those government, especially for those public institutions. So finding those other ways to have owners kind of invest and help them get more and allow them to do more things and then get a return on that investment is something that can be a really positive thing. It also allows kind of, I know you've seen it in Europe, things like Ryan Gosling or Ryan Reynolds, perhaps actually like buying sports clubs over there and saving these classic clubs using private equity, owning these shares in these teams to help kind of save these historical and kind of culturally impactful kind of teams. And then on the other side, some of the more bad things is when these private equity groups start investing heavily into these sports teams and it becomes like it's like more of a business. Obviously it already is a business, but when there's these outside equity kind of putting this money into it and they're not really doing it for like a lot of owners will own sports teams because they really like the sports team or they want to be a part of the sports team, like Mark Cuban, for example. But these private equity groups will go and buy large stakes, and then it's all about making money. It's all about pushing more and more and more and spending more and more and more and kind of the alternate influence. You're kind of see that both private equity groups of like a lot of former athletes do this, buying equity groups and local sports teams. And then also you're seeing foreign governments like the Saudi government putting a lot of money into these sports groups and kind of they can influence a lot of stuff that's going on. You saw Ronaldo obviously go to the Saudi leagues, but these private equity groups can influence these sports that millions of people are watching every single day, and they can kind of control the narrative that comes out of that. So there are definitely some positives, getting money into places that need the money and deserve the money, and then also too much money going into things that may kind of alter the credibility and the good stuff of those. So kind of both coins there for you.